Hi, I'm Angie, and you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation. Dante's Boxing Nation. Dante's Boxing Nation.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? First things first, gotta say congratulations to Miguel Cotto. That was a terrific, flawless performance, knocking out Daniel Geale in the fourth round. Not only was it a great performance, but considering the opposition, Miguel's performance was far better than Golovkin's against Willie Monroe and Canelo Alvarez against James Kirkland. And I'll explain why. You know, it's interesting because when Golovkin was fighting against Willie Monroe, he started getting hit with a lot of punches. When he first started getting hit, Max Kellerman immediately tried to defend Golovkin by basically saying the only reason Golovkin is getting hit so much is because he just hurt Willie Monroe and he's going for the KO. He's basically, his philosophy was, you know, obviously if you're being aggressive, you're going to leave yourself open to be hit more. Now, to a certain extent, that's true. But when you have a high boxing IQ and you have the type of intelligence that a Miguel Cotto has, then regardless if you're more vulnerable or not, see, I thought it was really silly when Max Kellerman said that, basically trying to say, oh, well, that's normal for you to get hit when you're trying to go for the knockout and you just hurt your opponent because you're more vulnerable to get hit. But if you look at the history of the sport, do you know how many boxers have gotten knocked out trying to knock someone out? Matter of fact, I remember Floyd Mayweather Sr., he said it to me. He said the quickest way to get knocked out is trying to knock somebody out, right? We've seen it happen many times. So the point that I'm making is you can't condone someone or a fighter for being smart in the ring sometime. They need to be smart in the ring all the time. You need to be smart when your opponent is hurt, and even when he's not hurt, you need to be smart in the ring. And that's what we've seen with Miguel Cotto tonight. I was very impressed with Miguel Cotto. Unlike Canelo Alvarez, even though that was another fight that only lasted like, 3 rounds? Unlike Canelo Alvarez, Miguel Cotto, he was in control of this fight from the opening bell to the end of the fight. He was in control of the fight. Canelo Alvarez, even though he got a fantastic knockout over James Kirkland, Canelo Alvarez was not in control of that fight in the first round. He wasn't. James Kirkland was bullying him around, and he controlled a portion of that round. Canelo Alvarez probably got hit more in the first round than Miguel Cotto got hit in this entire fight. That tells you everything you need to know right there. You know, so many times I watch a fight and I'm thinking something in my head as I'm watching the fight. And then at the end of the fight, I hear someone say exactly what I was thinking or I was saying to someone as I was watching the fight. In this case, I was watching the Miguel Cotto fight and I was like, wow. You know, I got to tell you guys, I wasn't too crazy about this Cotto versus Geale fight. In fact, I even forgot that the damn fight was coming on tonight. Thank God for DVR, right? So yeah, I forgot that this fight was coming on because I wasn't too crazy about watching it. But when I watched it, I was really impressed. And I said, man, that looks like vintage Miguel Cotto. That looks like the undefeated Miguel Cotto right there. Because I remember Miguel Cotto. I remember watching him coming up on ESPN and everyone's undercards. This version of Miguel Cotto is going to be very difficult to beat. His defense was impeccable. His left hook was so on point, it was just ridiculous. Punches to the body, beautiful combinations, darting in and out. And I don't understand why Freddie Roach tried to change what Miguel Cotto was already doing. Because Miguel Cotto, he was in his own groove. He was doing very well. All of a sudden, Freddie Roach tries to tell him to fight differently. I don't know why Freddie would even do that. Let the man do what he's doing, because that looked like vintage Miguel Cotto. Okay? I thought it was pretty interesting how Miguel Cotto, he kept praising Freddie Roach, but then at the same time, he basically admitted that Freddie hasn't really done anything to rebuild his career or change up his style, enhance his style. When Max Kellerman asked, what has he done for you? Miguel Cotto, he just said, well, he's a very humble person. And, he was basically saying that he loves the aura of Freddie Roach around him. I mean, that's pretty much what he said. But whatever works for Miguel Cotto, that's really all that matters. So let's get into this Miguel Cotto versus Canelo Alvarez. Guys, I am telling you right now, from what I've seen tonight, I believe Miguel Cotto is going to knock out Canelo Alvarez. I believe he's going to knock him out. I believe Canelo Alvarez, he does have a puncher's chance. The fighter with the better defense usually beats the fighter with the puncher's chance, right? Miguel Cotto's defense is way better than Canelo Alvarez. And Miguel Cotto, he knows how to box. He can box on the outside, he can box on the inside, okay? Or fight on the inside. And the way I talked about this on a radio show the other week. He fights low. He keeps his chin down. He's very hard to catch with clean shots. Even Floyd Mayweather had a problem catching him with a lot of clean shots. Don't get me wrong, Floyd Mayweather landed a lot of shots, but he didn't land as many shots as he would like to. Austin Trout, he also talked about how difficult it was to land clean shots against Miguel Cotto. Austin Trout didn't say that when he fought against Canelo Alvarez, right? I believe Miguel Cotto is smarter than Canelo Alvarez. He's quicker than Canelo Alvarez. He has way more experience than Canelo Alvarez. And one more time, one of the most important things, he has a better defense than Canelo Alvarez. I mean, I can't think of anything Canelo does better than Miguel Cotto. Maybe Canelo is a harder puncher, but he might not even be the hardest puncher out of the two. They may be on the same level when it comes to power. I mean, from what I'm seeing, last time I checked, it's Miguel Cotto that's knocking out middleweights. Okay, it was at a catch weight. But you've seen how big Daniel Geale looked compared to Miguel Cotto in the ring. I mean, of course, you got to take a little credit away because it's at a catch weight. But still, Miguel Cotto is the one that's knocking out middleweights. Canelo Alvarez has not been in the ring with a middleweight yet. Catch weight or no catch weight. He hasn't been in the ring with a middleweight yet. So anyway, I cannot wait to watch this fight. Miguel Cotto versus Canelo Alvarez, Puerto Rico versus Mexico. It's going to be a great fight. It's going to be a great fight. And before I end this video, let me talk about them damn Crips. Them damn Crips they got over there on HBO gang banging on Mayweather, still gang banging on Mayweather. I feel like Max Kellerman, every time he talks at the end of a fight, he walking in a damn alley, crossing out Mayweather's name on the wall, right? I mean, let it go, Max. Let it go. Once again, trying to say, oh, Cotto versus Canelo is not going to be Mayweather Pacquiao. But is it going to be Mayweather Canelo? Is it going to be Mayweather Cotto? Is it going to be Pacquiao Cotto? Right? Once again, stop comparing apples to oranges, Max. We know that when Floyd Mayweather fought against Cotto and when he fought against Canelo, it was action-packed. Let the commentators tell it. They were sitting over there yelling it was toe-to-toe, it's action-packed. We already know Floyd Mayweather had a bloody nose in the Cotto fight, doing the rope-a-dope all night, getting caught with shots. Fans was happy to see Floyd with a bloody nose. Styles make fights. Stop desperately trying to cross this man's name out. And stop trying to please Jim Lampley. Your gang lost. You lost this gang war, and that's all there's to it. I'm on to the next one.